Hi everyone, this is a quick stimulus update. It's been a little bit crazy for me. Can I just tell you, with the IRS releasing the stimulus checks on April 15th and their tool on April 15th, even though the tax season has been extended, there were still people that needed to file by April 15th, those people that needed to do 2016. Anyway, so I'm here really quickly jumping on because there's been a lot of questions and a lot of things. Good morning, Paula. There's been a lot of things going on with this whole stimulus, a lot of confusion. Many people received it, but many people have not received it yet. And so I wanted to come up here to give you a quick update. Plus, I wanted to give you a filing deadline. Today is a filing deadline. Who is this filing deadline for? Okay, all my Social Security recipients, all of those that receive Social Security but do not file. So if you receive Social Security and you are not required to file, okay, you will automatically get your stimulus check with your Social Security soon if you have not gotten it. However, if you have dependents, okay, so if you are a Social Security recipient that does not file and you have children that are 16 and under in your household, okay, if you do not update, if you do not go into the IRS tool today, you will not get the $500 extra for each of your children until next tax season. Okay, so today is the absolute deadline, and I'm sorry that I'm informing you today. Guess what? The IRS just informed us today. And my friend Margarita, she actually is the one that emailed me asking me if it was true. And when I checked, it was an article, and I don't like going according to articles. I went straight to the IRS, and absolutely, they just posted it this morning. I have no idea why they waited to the last minute, but they just posted it this morning that if you are a Social Security recipient and you have children, dependent children, since you do not file a tax return, right? Since you do not file a tax return, you don't normally report your children to the IRS. Well, if you do not go on to the tool and report your children in the IRS tool, as of today, you will have to wait till 2020 to file a tax return to be able to get the rebate. Hello, everybody. So in order to be able to get the rebate, you would have to wait to 2020 if you were a Social Security recipient for your children. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat that one more time, and then I'm going to move on to updates. Okay, so if you are a Social Security recipient, and that's all of the income you have, and you do not file tax returns because you're not required to file, and you have children that are 16 and under in your household, that if you were to file, you were to claim, you need to go to the irs.gov and you need to update, you need to go in there and you need to select the non-filers tool, and you need to add all of your dependent information. What do you need? You need their full names, their socials, and their date of births. If it does not match the IRS records, you will not get it. It needs to match the IRS records. So make sure that you have a copy of their social so that you can put their full name, their date of birth, and their Social Security number correctly so that you can be able to get the economic impact payment for those children. If you do not do that today, you would just have to wait till next year. Okay. Other questions. There are many that have not received the stimulus check and they're freaking out. It will come to you. If you filed a 2018 or 2019 tax return, you will get it. You will just have to wait your turn. There are millions of people in the country. There is no way that they were going to be able to pay everyone at once. They are going to make payments from now through the end of the year. What does that mean? That does not mean that you're going to have to wait till the end of the year. Though that means that for people who have not filed 2018 or 2019, you have time to file and they will give you the stimulus impact payment as long as you file it. Now, if you filed your returns and you just recently filed and is giving you a message that there is no update for you at this time. It just means that they have not processed your return. You just filed. If you just filed in the last month, you may not have an update yet. If you filed before that and it says there's no update available for you, they just have not gotten to your file yet. There's no need to worry. There's no need to fret. A lot of people are concerned about that. Okay. Obviously, you have to be able to fall within the income parameters. If you do not fall within the income parameters, you're not getting it. Plain and simple. What are the income parameters? I already went through this. 150,000 for married filing jointly, you get the full amount and it starts phasing out to 199. 112,500 for people who are head of household, and 99,000 for single and married filing separate. If you earn up to that amount and anything after that, they start phasing it out at 5% until it phases out to 0. Okay, college students that were claimed on a tax return, okay, they will not get the impact stimulus payment. It does not matter that they filed not claiming themselves. They're not going to get it. It's been repeated over and over and over and over. They will not get it. However, if they are independent next year, what does that mean? They can't be your dependent for 2020. Yes, Callie, it's just over and over. I say it over and over again, and people keep asking the same thing. If they are independent for 2020, what does that mean? That means that they do not qualify to be your dependent. If they do not qualify to be your dependent when they file in 2020, if they did not get the stimulus during now, because it's an advance payment and we'll go over that. If they do not get the stimulus now, all right, because you claim them as a dependent, okay, they will have the opportunity to claim themselves in 2020, okay, and they will have an opportunity to get the this rebate impact payment with their 2020 tax return, which leads me to the next big question that has been driving me insane, because it doesn't matter how I say it, which way I say it, how many times I say it, you're not going to pay this back. This is not going to be paid back. Okay, people, you're not paying this money back. Okay, even if you get too much, you're not paying it back. It's not going to be taxable to you. Okay, is it an advance payment? Yes, it's an advance payment. An advance payment of what? An additional credit that they're adding for the 2020 tax year. Does that mean it's going to reduce your refund? No, because you normally would not have gotten a rebate of $1,200 per person, per adult, and $500 per child regularly. So what's going to happen on your 2020 tax return? You have a family of 4. It's going to calculate that you were supposed to get $3,900. It's going to list $3,900. Then it's going to say, how much did you receive as an advance payment? If you received $3,900, you put $3,900. And then guess what? Your impact to your return is 0. Now, if you, let's say, have a family of 4 now, but you have a baby this year, and now next year is a family of 5. Now, instead of $3,900, was it $3,900? Sorry, $3,400. I calculated that wrong. Instead of $3,400, you was supposed to get $3,900, right? So they're going to calculate your payment for $3,900 less the $3,400 that you got, and you're going to get an additional $500 in your tax return. What if it's the opposite? What if you have 5 children now, but only 4 next year? Well, it's going to say that your stimulus check should have been $3,400, but you got $3,900. But guess what? You're not going to have to pay it back. It's going to come out to 0 anyway, because they're not going to have any negative numbers. So you're not going to pay this back. That is even for people who have children that turned 17 this year, but they were 16 last year, and now they turned 17. They won't qualify for that impact payment. Guess what? It is a gift. You do not have to pay it back. Okay? You do not have to pay it back. All right? Let me say that again. This is not counted as income, and you do not have to pay it back. Okay? Stop listening to 12-year-olds on TikTok. Okay? Stop listening to these fools that keeps showing you parts of the stimulus bill, the stimulus package, telling you it's a 2020 advance. Yes, it's a 2020 advance of a future credit. Okay, you're just getting the advance now. It doesn't mean you have to pay it back. Okay, it just means that it's an additional credit. So if you qualify for earned income credit or child tax credit normally, you're still going to get that. That's not going to be affected. Whatever your tax income is, whatever it's going to be regularly, it's still going to be the same. It's not going to impact your refund. The only impact you're going to get is if you didn't get a stimulus, okay, for whatever reason, you didn't file or whatever it is, you didn't get a stimulus. If you didn't claim yourself and you didn't get a stimulus, you will get the extra money. Okay, that is the deal. All right. It's too much nonsense out there, and quite honestly, it's exhausting when at the same time you're preparing tax returns. Okay, so stop listening to people who have philosophies, who think they're accountants, who think they know how to read a bill, all that stuff. Stop listening to that, because you're not going to have to pay it back. Okay, it is an advance payment, but it's an advance payment of a future credit that they're going to give you. So you're just getting it now. Okay, all right. What are the other questions that I keep having? Okay, if you owed money with your tax returns, okay, you have to go to irs.gov and you have to enter your direct deposit information. What do you need to have with you in order to do that? You need to have a copy of your 2018 or a copy of your 2019, because they're going to ask you for an AGI and your refund amount based on those returns in order to verify your identity. Why are they doing this? Because anybody can go online and they can go and put that you and basically put their own bank account information and get your refund. So they have to verify who you are. So if you don't have a copy of that, you can't update it. Okay, you have to get a copy, plain and simple. Now, people who have not filed 19, a lot of those people, okay, who filed only 18, some have received their stimulus check, some have not, okay? And what I'm finding is that those who filed 19 will get it a little quicker than those who have not, okay? Does that mean that you're not going to get it? Absolutely not. It does not mean that. It just means that you're in queue and they have not gotten to you, okay? Obviously, they're probably processing all of those that filed 19 first, okay? Because they filed their 19, all right? So other than that, I mean, you're going to get it, okay? Now, what does this mean? You should be filing your 19 tax return as soon as possible, okay? You should be filing that as soon as possible. It doesn't matter if you owe, okay? That's another thing. Oh, I owe, so I want to wait to the last minute. Why? Why do that to us people who are filing? Why come in at the last minute and give us 100 tax returns to file in 2 days? It's so inconsiderate. I mean, just bottom line, is very inconsiderate. If you're doing it yourself, that's fine. You could wait. But why are you going to do that to us that are filing? Please don't do that. Please stop doing that. Okay? You can still file today and still have up to July 15th to pay. You do not have to pay it now just because you file it now. Okay? So if you have to file a return and you have your tax preparer and your tax professional, be considerate, especially since tax season is going to end in the middle of July. Okay, we would like to have a summer too. Okay, so I know I sound very hostile in this in this broadcast, but it's just because it's I'm not annoyed with people. People could have questions. That's fine. I don't mind people having questions. They honestly don't know. I'm annoyed with the media. I'm annoyed with wannabe tax preparers. I'm annoyed with wannabe bill interpreters. I'm annoyed with those people. I'm annoyed with people that are hateful, that just want to bash the government. It doesn't matter what side you're on. If you're on the left side, if you're on the right side, if you're in the middle, I don't care. Okay, but if you're getting up there and you're arguing about taxes and how we're gonna have to pay this back and how is it gonna come out and all this nonsense, you're making it harder for us, because then you're confusing people, you're causing mass hysteria, you're causing confusion, and you don't even know what you're talking about, okay? So it's very aggravating, because there are people that are really scared. There are people that are really suffering right now. There are people that really need the money, okay? And all you're doing is adding to their aggravation. You're adding to their hysteria. You're adding to their worry. They have children, okay, that they're trying to feed. A lot of people have lost their jobs, okay? A lot of people are unemployed and still waiting for unemployment to even process their unemployment. Some people just got employed and now they lost it and they don't even qualify for unemployment on regular unemployment. So now they have to wait to see if they qualify under the emergency unemployment. There are so many things that are going on and you're rambling about how it's not free money or you have to pay this back or, stop doing that. Stop doing that because it's not productive. It's not. It's counterproductive and you're worrying people and you're causing this mass hysteria. And so, yes, I'm trying to answer questions as they come to me. But when they send me snapshots of people's posts and snapshots of nonsense or their, I see the threads and things like that, it's a little bit aggravating because the one that has to deal with it is, me. Okay? People like me who do this for a living, okay, who have to be able to answer these questions and calm these people down. So please stop, okay? Yeah, Ariel, so if you claimed every week, just keep claiming, okay? And that's another thing. Yeah, it's terrible. A lot of people are claiming every week and they haven't received anything. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to get it, okay? It doesn't mean that you're not going to get it. It just means that they have not been able to process you. I just want to tell you, please be nice to the unemployment representatives. They're doing the best that they can. They have millions of people who are applying. One moment. Oh, forget it. They hung up. They have millions of people that are applying at this time. So you need to make sure that you just give them time. Emergency unemployment. If you have not received the additional $600 a week, and you're still getting your regular unemployment, give it time. They have to give you the additional amount. Okay, it's a law. You just won't get it right now. Okay, if you don't qualify for regular unemployment, there may be options for you to get assistance. It won't be the $600. They're saying it'll be about $300 a week. I don't have any further information on that. Okay, so do not flood my inbox with asking me questions on that. Okay, I do not have any information on that. The only thing that I can tell you is that you go ahead, you file your appeal. If you got a determination letter saying that you don't qualify, go ahead and file your appeal. In your appeal, put that your last pay stubs or whatever that you've gotten paid and say, look, I've been working. Can I qualify? Ask. Just keep insisting, okay? But I don't have any information. People who are self-employed, some states, I know Pennsylvania, has set up a separate unemployment claim for you to do if you're self-employed. Before, all I had was that you file regularly and that you select that you were unemployed, that you were doing self-employment. So if that's the case, if you're self-employed, you want to make sure that if the state has a separate link for self-employment, you want to make sure that you file that. Now, you have to provide proof. They're not just going to take your word for it that you were self-employed. You have to provide proof. What does this mean? For all you people that have been getting money under the table, if you haven't received the 1099 and you haven't filed taxes, you're probably not going to get it. That's the downfall. So you have not paid taxes because you're getting money under the table. You cannot expect to now get unemployment when you have not even claimed that for a long time. So just letting you know, okay? You have to be able to show and prove that you were self-employed, okay? Small businesses. They just approved just yesterday another $240 billion for small businesses. If you did not apply for the Paycheck Protection Program loans, if you did not apply for those loans because you figured that they were out of money, go ahead and apply. Go ahead and apply. If you have applied and you have not received a response and then you saw that they ran out of money, Now is the time to contact them because you are in queue because you applied. So go ahead and apply. Okay, go ahead and apply for that. All right. I think that's all the information that I have. I don't know if there's any questions out there. I'll answer a couple if they come in quickly. If not, I am gonna be ending this segment. Please share. But the main reason why I came on here today was to talk about Social Security recipients who have dependent children that do not file. You have only until today. That's it. If you do not update the IRS with your dependent information today, you will not get the stimulus payment for your children until next year. Ricky, if they can't take your bank info, it's did you file 19? If you didn't file 19, that might be the reason why. Or some people who have maybe had, if you've had an identity issue, okay, this is another thing. If this year they had to verify your identity and they haven't gotten to verify your identity yet, you can't update your bank info because they need to verify that that's you, okay? Also, if you if you filed 3 days ago, so you have to wait, Ricky, that's why. So if you just filed 3 days ago, you have to wait at least 2 weeks for them to process your return and then update their system so that they can verify that that's you. So that's why. So you have to wait. You have to give it a few weeks. Okay, it's not instantaneous. They have to process it in their system. All right. Thank you, Louis. Thank you so much. I'm okay. I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted. The other thing is, I was going to say something else. Oh, if you have not received your refund, okay, if you filed a long time ago and you have not received your refund because of different things, all right, different reasons. I have people that they're checking your income, they're checking your dependents. If you had a 1095 from the marketplace and you failed to include that in your return, you have to send that in. If they're verifying your identity, whatever reason it is, if you have filed a return but have not received your refund yet, odds are you're not going to get your stimulus until they process your refund. Okay? And this is just a little tidbit. We know nothing. Okay? Your tax preparers, your accountants, we have no information on the status of your refund. Once we e-file it, once we send it out, it now becomes between you and the IRS. We can help you with notices. We can help you with notices and we can help you to respond to those notices if you receive the notice. But we don't have anything in our system. I have a lot of people calling me, oh, but can't you see this? No, I can't. I see whatever you see when you go to irs.gov. That's what I see. Okay? I don't see anything else. So, those are calls that really, really boggle us down and it doesn't allow us to do our job for other people. Now, if you already answered, the only thing you do is keep calling. We can't call for you because unfortunately, the practitioner priority hotline that is for us to be able to call on behalf of our clients, they're closed. They don't even have anyone there to answer us. So I can't even help people even if I want to. Okay, I can't even call the IRS on the behalf of a customer if I want to because the line that is dedicated for a tax practitioner to call, they have nobody working there. Okay, so until they open that up, we're not going to be able to help you. So when your tax preparer or accountant tells you, I'm sorry, I have no information and I can't help you, please believe them because it's very overwhelming when you have hundreds of people calling you for the same thing. All right. Okay. Any other questions before I end this? Anything else out there? All right. I don't see any questions coming through. If you're just logging in, please watch the beginning of this video. It has a lot of very important information. Even if it doesn't apply to you, it may apply to somebody that you may know that is struggling right now. So make sure, hey Martha, so make sure that you watch it and then share it. Please share it. I'm trying to get rest, man. I've been staying here till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. People think that just because it's extended to July that we're not busy. And let me tell you, I'm the only tax office that is actually open in 100-mile square radius. So I'm getting bombarded. I wish it was bombarded with work that I was going to get paid for, but it's not. So pray for me, okay? Pray for me. And I pray that those that are struggling and suffering right now would, that the Lord would grant you peace, and that you would know that God has you, okay? God has you. He's always on time. He always supplies our needs according to his riches and glory, which means that we will be okay. We may struggle and it may be hard, but at the end of the day, God has you, okay? God bless and have a good day.